movie starts off with narration from Master Splinter, giving us a rundown of him training his 4 sons to be the protectors of New York City from the evils of the Foot Klan and their leader, the Shredder. We're introduced to sexy news reporter April O'Neil, who's working hard investigating a recent robbery on the docks caused by the Foot Klan. But she has to focus on her actual news jobs, like slowly jumping on a trampoline for the whole city to see. That Michael Bay is a sick nigga. April is very persistent and continues to investigate the robbery on the docks. We see the Foot Klan in the middle of another heist. The Foot look more like random terrorists than they do ninjas in this movie. I guess the Shredder's a big fan of Bane and his crew. Maybe they're on loan from the League of Shadows. April sneaks in to investigate further, but the Klan retreats after being attacked by a mysterious vigilante capable of bench pressing a shipping container. The next day, April tries to tell her boss about a secret vigilante that's fighting against the Foot Klan, but she literally provides no evidence, and they laugh at her like an idiot.
If you don't get that bullshit out of my face, bitch!
Back at their evil dojo, Lady Ninja tells the Shredder about the big monster that stopped their heist. But the Shredder doesn't want to hear any excuses. All he wants is to see the Klan rise again.
But the Foot Klan will rise again.
Later on at a police banquet, Eric Sachs gives a speech detailing his dark history with the Foot Klan. He now vows to use his resources to keep the city safe from their evil kung fu treachery. We also discover that Sachs used to work with April's dad, and he was killed in a fire caused by the Klan. The Foot Klan pops up again holding some people hostage down in the subway. April's nosy self gets captured too, so you know the Turtle Boys gotta rescue her. It's what they do. These Ninja Turtles don't really do any ninja moves. They just toss niggas around like the Great Khali. The Turtles sneak away, but April manages to track them down and take a picture of them. They're not too happy about that, so they take her phone.
We're ninjas. We're mutants.
Well, technically we're turtles.
Oh, and we're teenagers. But we can still have adult conversations.
Nothing about these designs scream ninja to me. They look like some deformed linebackers. Walking around looking like a bunch of well-fed Goombas. Oh baby, Hawks do looking ass boys. Is this a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie or a damn reboot of the Toxic Avenger? These fucking Shrek babies on steroids out here scaring the public. Somebody call Frank Castle because these things need to be deleted.
You son of a bitch! Why? Tell me why!
Ninja, mutant, turtle, teenagers.
Yeah, there it is! There it is!
After being assaulted by 4 monsters, April conveniently unlocks a childhood memory showing that Sax and her dad used alien ooze to experiment on the young Ninja Turtles and Master Splinter. She also conveniently gave them their iconic names as well.
Leonardo, Raphael, Michelangelo, and Donatello.
I believe this is loosely based on one of the more recent new comic book origins for the Ninja Turtles, but it's kinda lame. Although in fairness, the traditional origin is also ridiculous, so I'll let it pass.
Radical.
Once again, April tries to tell her boss about the hulking vigilantes with actual evidence this time, but that still wasn't enough to stop her from getting fired.
And they do karate.
Okay, get out.
So she decides to go visit Sax to get some more information on what happened to her dad and the baby turtles.
I was born in Japan, at a military base in Okinawa. My father went to Vietnam. Didn't come back. Was an outsider.
Eric Sachs gives us more exposition about his backstory of being a army brat born and raised in Japan, his dad dying in the Vietnam War, and then becoming a student of a local sensei. Then he talks about a fairy tale with a warlord poisoning a water supply, and that somehow led to him wanting to make a miracle cure that could stop all illness. He and April's dad created a mutagen to be a cure-all, and the last sample of that mutagen is in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles blood cells.
Everybody got that?
Later that night, the Turtle Boys meet up with April and take her back to their sewer lair to meet with their dad.
God damn!
Oh, Chuck E. Cheese strung out on heroin looking ass. know how some animals can be ugly but still cute? This ain't one of them. Why is he so shiny and oily? He's greasier than the pizza they be eating. Master Splinter is actually the worst design in this whole movie. His CGI looks the least convincing, and I love Tony Shalhoub, but his voice acting did not vibe for me in this role.
Splinter.
Splinter tells the brothers that it was April's dad who set the lab on fire after discovering Sax's true intentions with the ooze. April saved them and threw them in the sewer. Splinter went on to raise the Turtle Boys as his sons and decided to teach them ninjutsu after reading about it in a book.
First, I would teach myself the ancient art of ninjutsu. The brothers followed my lead.
Whack.
Once again, the traditional origin is also ridiculous, but this movie goes out of its way to make it even dumber than it has to be.
That shit is a 2-pack of ass. The fuck are you talking about? That shit stinks.
Basically, the Ninja Turtles owe their entire existence to April O'Neil.
We're not worthy. We're not worthy. We're not worthy.
It won't be easy to capture them, but if we can finally carry out the plan that we had all those years ago.
This scene is so awkwardly shot, it's easy to tell that there were reshoots to add in the Shredder, as opposed to this being planned from the get-go. But why would they have to do something like that?
Take him alive!
The Klan attacks. Master Splinter goes feral on these goons.
Get over here! Wolfpack in the
The Shredder and Master Splinter have a pretty dope fight sequence. It's just shot in a very annoying way that makes it a little hard to follow what's going on at times.
My son, stay back!
Now, if the Turtle Lair had huge security doors that blocked intruders, why didn't they use those in the first place?
Stupid!
The Ninja Turtles try to avoid getting that shit pushed in, but they fail miserably.
Failure.
I can't believe they let these dudes break in and beat their daddy's ass in his own home. Donnie, Mike, and Leo are captured by the Klan. Raph was thought to be dead, but he lives to fight another day. Our heroes track down the other turtles thanks to Donnie's handy tracker and Vern's thirsty ass driving the news van. Sax plans to drain the mutagen out of the turtles' bloodstream to be used as an antidote for a lab-created virus that the Shredder plans to unleash on New York City.
In 30 days, the city of New York will be a quarantine zone.
Then Sax Industries can profit from selling that antidote to the citizens, and the Shredder gains control over the city.
And I'm gonna be rich. Like, stupid rich.
Something about this plan seems strangely familiar. Raphael smashes his way through the Klan goons, but he's stopped by the Shredder, who proceeds to turn his big ass into turtle skin slippers.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm getting cooked.
April frees the Turtle Boys by giving them an overdose of adrenaline. And the brothers are reunited. Oh my god, they are literally baby Hulks. These motherfuckers are actually bulletproof. Way to take out any of the tension, fellas. Now it's a race back to New York City to stop Sax from reaching the top of his building, where the Shredder plans to release the toxin. A stray rocket knocks the semi-truck down the mountain, which leads to a huge action set piece.
I'll take it from here. Better up.
All this epic hijinks causes a huge avalanche, so the Turtle Boys struggle to save April and Vern from falling off a 500-foot cliff. I'm no sewer expert, but this seems like bullshit. Our heroes quickly make it to the Saks Industries building, and they find an elevator to reach the rooftop. Then we get the one part of this movie that's pretty cheesy, but is still a fun character moment. I do love that they kept the Shredder as a serious threat in this movie, because so far he's taken 0 L's. The Shredder masterfully beats them down until they're hanging off the side of the building. They manage to bounce back right into another ass whooping.
It's ridiculous. It's obvious what's being done out here. It's on a nightly basis. I hope the world can see now what's really going on out here, because it's getting ridiculous. It's really ridiculous.
The Turtle Boys regroup and decide to use their buck game as a way to defeat the Shredder. And it works, because of course it does. It's a movie and good must triumph over evil.
Evil!
Donatello disables the toxin release system, but the Shredder returns, and he uses his magnet blades to knock down the tower. The ninjas use their turtle power to try to keep the tower stable.
Failure. Yoink.
The Shredder and April are now stuck between a rock and a hard place. The Turtle Boys jump down to save April from falling to her death. Shredder tries to fight back, but he's taken out by the power of teamwork.
Yeah, bitch!
That'll do, Donkey. That'll do.
The Ninja Turtles begin to tumble to their death, and they start to confess their deepest, darkest secrets to each other. Raphael actually gets deep on everyone, confessing that he truly loves his brothers, and he's sorry about being a wannabe hard-ass all the time.
I love you guys so much!
Raph? We made it.
Emotional damage.
So the day is saved. The Turtles return home to revive Master Splinter with the mutagen. The Shredder might not be dead.
When I came down...
And for some reason, Mikey blows up Vern's new car. And that's the end of the movie. Also, the end credit song is trash. This was a first time watch for me. I've avoided watching this movie for almost a decade, and I wasn't going to waste my time watching this movie unless I could make some content out of it, so here we are. There's always the misconception that Michael Bay directed these Ninja Turtle movies. He didn't, but his style and DNA is splattered all over this failed franchise.
You can't keep getting away with it! You can't keep getting away with it!
They originally wanted to make the Ninja Turtles aliens in this franchise, which was a step too far for most Ninja Turtle fans. People were pissed when this was the original direction they were going in.
So they're aliens?
No, that's stupid. They're reptiles.
There's comedy and jokes in this movie, but the majority of it fell flat for me. Looking at you, Will Arnett, and that lame-ass Michelangelo.
I so did not understand the ending of Lost!
Megan Fox's April O'Neil wasn't as god-awful as I feared, but she's not great. And there's no chemistry with her and Will Arnett. In all honesty, these Turtles designs are ass, but there's been so many different iterations of the Ninja Turtles at this point, I try my best not to stress over it nowadays. But back in 2014, I was mad as hell.
What the fuck, y'all? God damn! God damn! God damn!
The fellas who played the Ninja Turtles did the best they could with the lackluster material they were given, and the mocap and CGI looks pretty good for the most part, except for him. Although the actors playing the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles got screwed out of a lot of star-making opportunities due to shitty production tactics.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was like the worst production experience I've ever had. It made me hate life so much. The deal that we made, it's like never been done before. It's new ground. And so they had all these loopholes, we realized after the fact, where they didn't have to pay us for anything extra. Meal penalties, lunch, overtime, nothing.
Now these motherfuckers had the nerve to try to make the Shredder a white man in this franchise. Can you believe that shit? Even though a black guy voiced him in the 80s cartoon, everyone and their mama knows the Shredder is Asian. Their ignorance led to crazy reshoots of adding a gigantic Oroku Saki hidden in the shadows. As much as I love the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I could have gone the rest of my life without watching this damn movie. But I feel sad for the generation of kids who had this lame franchise as their introduction to the Heroes in the Half show.
Cowabunga.
Well, thanks for watching, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you in the next one if they ain't hate.